Brandon, you would walk around in your boxers.
That's my home. And
yeah,
unfortunately,
and I live there, and an 18-year-old nanny lives there
and
as
nonstop.
well.
You've seen him physically put in your nanny's mouth.
Yes.
That's not true.
Brandon, you said that to me. I wouldn't make
That's
that
not
up.
true. Heidi, I think that you're hideous looking. I wouldn't lay a finger on you.
Now, let me get one thing straight from the beginning. We're not in violation of any order by being here.
No.
Why'd you want to be here?
When we split up, I did a lot of soul searching for myself. I actually moved out to back home with my father, and I started living in his barn. And I put a lot of things into perspective for who I needed to be. My dad said a couple of things to me, like, who do you want to be for your sons? And when he said that to me, it changed a lot of aspects of my life. And I looked at the way that my mom and dad raised me, and I just don't want that for my sons. So I knew that I could be a good husband, that I just needed to work towards how I could do it.
And you didn't know that before? You didn't know that you had sons before? You didn't know that you had responsibilities before? You didn't know that your actions impacted them before? It's just when your dad said that, that was the first time you ever thought about that?
Well, no, I did know that, but before I was extremely selfish, and I think that's where I was stuck. I was stuck in this really selfish behavior. I was completely immature. I didn't really care what other people thought about me. I would just do what I wanted.
So you think he's changed?
I do.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Was what he was doing before, was that grounds for breaking this marriage up?
Yes.
I mean, had it reached a threshold where you said, that's enough. If this is who he is, I don't want to be married to this guy?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what he did before was enough to break it up, but you now think that he has changed?
Yes.
I take marriage very seriously. I take your marriage very seriously. There are children involved here. There's a marriage involved here. But I'm going to ask hard questions, and because I want to get things on the table and get you guys where you can make an informed decision. Now, you're her best friend, and you're not speaking to her. Why?
Because I think your decision to be with Brandon is very disruptive to your children and to myself and to your mom and dad and to everyone who loves you.
And what business is it of yours?
It's my business because I'm in her life every day. I live around the corner. We know where each other is every 5 minutes. We talk all the time. I am involved because she's involved.
So you care for her?
Yeah.
Why aren't you talking to her?
Because I have ridden an emotional roller coaster with her for the past 8 years.
And you think he's full of it?
Yeah, I guess.
Why? Tell me.
I do.
What do you think?
Because it's a cycle. This is Brandon and Amy right now are in the cycle that has been happening for the last 8 years. It's like you do something nasty, and then Amy cries and gets upset, and I cry and I get upset, and then he comes back, I've changed. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. I'm a new man. And then 2 weeks later, it's back to the same old behavior.
So what do you think of Heidi? What do you think of her being here?
Heidi can sit there and say, oh, Brandon does this cycle, he does this cycle, he does this cycle. But the fact of the matter is I do my best to stick by my wife. I've made some major mistakes, and I just didn't go to counseling for 2 months. This is something that I started and that I continue to go nonstop. And it's something that I'm going to continue to do.
You're in therapy now?
Correct, sir.
So sticking by your wife is calling her a stupid, fat, and ugly, and
Sticking
degrading
by your
her?
husband, doing what you did in the past. I mean, that's something
That
I did
has
in the
nothing
past.
to do with what is right here, right now, Brandon. The show is not about
But
me.
you're talking
It's
about what I did
you.
in the past, and I'm telling you what I did in the past was
You're
wrong.
going to do it again in the future, Brandon.
And no, I'm
This
not. I know better than to call our names. I'm not selfish. I'm not
Well,
immature. And you
you
can
say
say what you
that.
want, but we can talk about past. We can talk about past. We can talk about past.
Then there's
and the
no
cycle
point.
that you're
There's
going to
no
run
point
with the
of even
past that
being
you've
here.
had is way uglier than mine. So I don't even want to get into that.
I don't care. I have nothing to hide, and this show is not about me. If you want to do a show about me, great. This show is about
He's
you
asking.
and Amy.
He's asking what I think about you, and I told him.
So you don't have much faith in
No,
him?
I don't. And you know what? I don't go over to her house to see those babies because he's in the house.
How often are you going to therapy? You told us you weren't in therapy.
Oh no, yeah, I have been.
That's not what you told us. You told us that you were not in therapy. You said that you had been, but that you weren't anymore.
No, I've been continuing.
No, that
to
is
go.
what you said.
Well, then that was a mistake on my part, but I have been continuing to go.
Well, I think you make a lot of mistakes about what you say versus what you do. You said you're not in therapy.
Okay.
Now, did you or did you not tell us that?
Well, then I must have if I said it, but I know that I'm continuing to go to therapy. I have been going to therapy. You do have a professional staff. That's why you have me on, you look in good shape, when they had me do the push-ups, and the way that they depicted that on the TV, it's like, come on. I don't do that kind of push-ups in front of women to try to appease them. It's ridiculous.
Well, in fact, we talked to your therapist, and that's what they told us.
Which one?
Well, do you have more than one therapist?
Well, I kind of talked to two. There's two that I do talk to.
Kind of talks to two.
One of my, I deal with work.
Do you go every week?
No, not every week.
Because I'm trying to figure out if you're making a concerted effort to do something about this.
Yes,
and I'm wondering why you told us one thing if it's not the truth. I want to know whether you're a truth teller or you kind of massage it to fit where you are.
I go to one counselor, and I've been seeing her for the issues that I've been dealing with her, and then I've been having some issues.
How long since you've seen her?
I'm not sure exactly.
Did you have an understanding about what's happening?
My understanding is that he was going. This is the first that I've heard that he was not going, and that is a lot of the reason why I'm here, is what is real and what's not real, because he is very convincible and very believing.
Okay, well, I think we got to get everything on the table, and I'm going to give you ample opportunity to respond to all of it, because I think you need to and want to, right?
Sure.
You want to get it on the table. And I told you I'm going to ask hard questions to everybody here. It is my business because y'all are here and you've asked.
There was always very behavior coming from Brandon. He would cause the dogs to fight.
Holes in the wall.
Brandon told me that if Amy doesn't shape up, she's going to be put into a concrete block and no one would ever find her.
I've never threatened my wife's life, ever.
We're talking to Brandon. Now, he is a firefighter who's been separated from his wife, Amy, because she filed a restraining order against him following the events of his affair with their teenage nanny. Now, Amy's decision to let Brandon back into her life is tearing her 8-year-old friendship with Heidi apart.
My relationship with Brandon has ruined my relationship with my best friend. She's
She
mad.
goes-
She doesn't want us to be together.
Right, but-
she's going to do whatever she can to distance us.
Can I please talk for a second?
If those two can stay away from each other, I will absolutely be her friend.
She is not calling, texting, coming over to see the kids.
I'm heartbroken. If she has a shred of self-dignity, that she will not take him back. I cannot believe I'm losing a best friend over the devil incarnate.
Okay, now, have you been horrible or have the times been horrible? How much of this is your responsibility?
50% of it, at least, is because the times are horrible, and then I take full responsibility for my actions, but it led me to behave a way that I shouldn't have, and it was a way that I never behaved before. So,
But you do feel like you've changed.
yes, and I am working more towards that, to be a better father and husband to my wife.
I want to see what you've changed from, because we got to get that on the table so we know what we're changing to. What was your thinking in having an affair with this nanny?
It was just I wasn't really thinking. It was just a stupid thought, and I felt flattered, and she made passes at me, and the flirting happened, and it's something that
Okay,
went on.
that is completely false. Nanny number one would not make a pass at you, Brandon.
Heidi, you were never there. You don't know.
I lived in the household the whole
you
entire
didn't
time.
see what was going on. Did you,
yes.
Okay, did you ever see me touch her then?
Brandon.
No, you didn't. So you don't know what really
Brandon,
happened.
you would walk around in your boxers.
That's my home, and
Yeah, and I
unfortunately,
live there, and an 18-year-old nanny lives there
and
as
nonstop,
well.
we've had people living in our house, and you wonder why I get so frustrated. We constantly have
This
people
has
living in
nothing
our
to do with the
house.
fact that you are the one that initiated things
I didn't
with
initiate
her.
anything. She initiated it.
That is a complete falsehood, and I would
Okay,
like
she
Dr.
says,
Phil. Thank
she
you.
says, the nanny says, and we'll refer to these by their number. Well, there is a list. You know there's a list of
I don't even
allegations.
care. That's fine.
You know there's a list of allegations.
I know. That's,
And I want to give you the opportunity to either confirm or, because you acknowledge that you had an affair with this nanny that we're talking
Yes.
about. She says that you gave her pay and then virtually bedroom
that's absolutely not
that
true.
you her and then on her.
That's absolutely not true.
Okay, well, that's what I want to know. You're saying that's not true. Did you give her?
No, that's not true.
Were you
I did
taking?
not.
lie.
Were you taking?
Yes, I was for my left shoulder.
Did you give her any of them?
I didn't give them to her. Me and Amy would sometimes I'd take some of hers and Amy would take some of mine, and sometimes she would take them out of our drawers, but I
That's
never
a
gave
lie.
them to her. I
That's
never
not
took 'em
true. I've seen him physically put them in her mouth.
You've seen him physically put
past.
pain, and you said to yourself,
I got to get out of this. I've just had two shoulder surgeries. What do I do? I've got 2 kids.
At the
no
time,
family.
"Hey, did you
And
see your
confrontation.
husband putting a in your nanny's mouth?"
Right.
What did you say to yourself at the time? Because
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm kind of country, but that's going to send off a
It's
warning bell with
crazy.
me.
Oh, it was more than a warning.
So I'm trying to get to the bottom. Are they wrong about that? They're saying they saw you do it. Here's 2 people that say, no, we saw you do that.
I never took a pain pill and put it in our nanny's mouth. And the passes that she made at me, what you're not getting here is when I left the house, when the day that me and Amy separated, Heidi was living down the street from her, and then her and the nanny weren't talking at all. Well, then all of a sudden Amy needs all this ammunition, so she's gonna gather people up and around to get people onto her side. And Heidi's going to believe anything that she says. And
No,
I can sit
I
here and go
don't.
round and round with Heidi, and I can sit there and tell you what she used
I
to do in
don't
the
need
past, but it doesn't.
ammunition. I don't
it
want
doesn't matter.
ammunition.
You are
It
your
doesn't matter.
own ammunition against
I
yourself.
don't
Your
want
own
that.
behavior is damning enough to yourself. We don't need to sit
Right,
and
and so
collaborate
is
with
yours.
each other.
So is yours, but I don't sit
This
here
show
and,
is not about me, Brandon.
But
it's
you
about
came on
you.
here to prove your point, and I think
No,
a little
I
bit should be
didn't.
known
I came
about
on
your
here to help
past.
my best friend.
You know, here, let me date
for
this guy.
7 years.
And then I was dating this guy. The reason why you dated her brothers because they owned a store, and you wanted to get money from him,
This
and you were
is
dating
Brandon.
50-year-old
This
guys.
is
In the
Brandon.
past.
This
And this
is
is the
Brandon.
stuff
This is
she
what
does.
Brandon has always, this is coming out. I have not seen this since we have spent time together. This is the first time I have seen the
That's
old
because
Brandon
we've had Heidi
come
living
out.
with us nonstop, or Heidi's been around nonstop.
Non-stop, Brandon.
Well,
Yes.
you got me now.
One of our favorite nannies just up and left one day. I called her. She said Brandon asked me to give him, and I was shocked.
Brandon has propositioned me. He told me, I'll let you hang out with Amy if you let me.
Other nannies did all tell me separately that Brandon would send them dirty text messages. My own husband doesn't even talk to me dirty. I didn't believe it.
Well, it's never a good sign in a marriage when a wife goes to court with family and a former nanny for a restraining order against her husband. That's a bad sign. A husband who admits to a love affair with that same nanny was there. Now, Amy did just that, and now she says she wants her husband back because she's changed, although she says she's seeing some things here today because clearly this is uncomfortable, which I totally understand, but we've got to work through this. Her mother, Cindy, and her best friend, Heidi, says, no way, not possible that he's changed, and they want Brandon gone, 100% gone.
I filed a restraining order against Brandon.
On record in the court of law, I spoke about his emotional abuse, his mental abuse, his physical.
We did not talk or speak or hear of each other for 4 months.
Brandon was away. They both obeyed by the rules of the restraining order, and there was no contact. And then Brandon came back into the picture.
Brandon and I started to spend more time together.
I knew that she would just get back together with him anyway.
I would be disappointed for him to come back into the home if he is still who he was.
I drive past her house when I go to the grocery store. I drive past her house when I go to work. I drive past her house for everything. Oh, and how perfect would it be for Brandon's car in the driveway? Ah. When I found out that Brandon and Amy were seeing each other again, I called her mom and dad. I called her lawyer. Amy's in violation of her restraining order. She's breaking laws. This is going to screw her in court. He is restrained by law against being 100 yards, and she has violated that restraining order. He has violated that restraining order, and now they're happily living forever after in this house.
Are you two living together again?
No.
Are you staying over there some?
Some, yeah.
Yes, sometimes.
But you have a restraining order.
No, the restraining order has been dismissed.
Okay, but you've,
Oh, this is news. So you've dismissed it
The
again.
show told me that I had to for us to come
no,
on.
no. No. The show doesn't give you legal advice. You have to decide what you're going to do. You can't come here in violation of a restraining
course.
order. Are you living together?
No.
Well,
Are
we
you
need to
spending the night
quantify
there?
what that means to them.
Are you? I got it. I got it.
'Cause they don't get it.
No, I got it. I got it. I've done this. I've done this before today. Are you sleeping together?
Not in the same bed.
Oh.
Are you?
Yes.
Are
Please.
you? Are y'all having? Are you being intimate?
You
We
better
have a
tell
few
the truth,
times.
girl.
You have a few
A
times.
few times.
Okay. So.
She
Okay.
wants to downplay it.
Okay.
Girl, just tell the truth. We need help.
I need help.
I know you do.
Okay, here's what I want to know. You did have an affair with this nanny, and you say that it happened, and this, by the way, was 3 months after you had had a baby, right?
I
And
had
you
just
acknowledge
had
that you
another
had this affair, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you say that she came on to you, like you're going down the hall and she's unzipping your pants.
Well, it was mutual flirting. Yeah, I mean, it started with the mutual flirting and
Does
stuff
it
like
matter?
that.
Who came on to who?
Okay. She says this that you harassed her for a month afterwards. You say no, not true.
Yeah. That's not true.
Okay. It's been 6 months since Brandon filed for divorce. Now, Brandon filed for divorce. Understand, he's the one that admits that he had an affair with a teenage nanny. Amy says that she wants to divorce him and then marry him again so they can have a fresh start and just be together forever. Is that not right?
That would be a great possibility, though I don't know if I'm seeing the
Well, what
things
part of
on
that did I
stage.
not say right?
The,
Do you want to get a divorce and then get remarried?
I do want to get a divorce, though I will not get remarried again unless he is a completely different person than who he was.
Okay. Why did you have 5 different nannies?
I had over the course of, I was in a motor vehicle accident in December of '05, which have resulted in 3 reconstructive shoulder surgeries. He had just started a new job. He was completely unable to help with the children. I have no family in the area. Heidi was in the car accident with me. She was also disabled. I had a brand new born baby. Another baby was only 13 months apart from that baby. I couldn't physically take care of the children.
How's your temper? Because you had problems with it before, right?
In the past.
In
I mean,
fact,
I've never
you
been
knocked
violent.
down every door in the house, right?
Yeah, I told a story about that with your people that came in, videotaped it. Yeah.
Okay, you knocked down every door in the house. You've the wall. You've had anger problems.
No, I have not holes in the walls.
You haven't knocked 2 holes in the wall.
What happened was the doors that I did. That's something that happened 7 years ago. And I did come home because I found out that Amy cheated on me with one of my friends one time, which of course you guys are leaving out. But she cheated.
Not true.
I have another phone number for that you can also verify.
That is not true.
See, it's really
No,
easy for.
I wanna get
it's
those.
fine because these 2 girls who have been collaborating, neither one of them have had jobs for some amount of years, and they can sit there and chip their teeth when I'm going to work nonstop, doing my best, and they can collaborate their stories.
But we don't collaborate.
We have no reason to collaborate.
this isn't
But when
fun.
I'm getting hammered like this, of course I'm going to come out with my guns firing.
There are phases
And I
that
have
we're going
phone
through
numbers.
here. There are phases we're going
Sure.
through. I told you I want to get it all on the table because you don't want to clean up part of this. You're going to clean it up. You want to clean it up all.
correct.
Have you called her names?
In the past, I did. I may have. I don't really recall. I may have.
Okay, well,
Oh, I recall.
Have you called me names? Have you called me names? Have you guys called me names? Yes. There's name
I
calling.
call
Stuff
you
that you did names.
names,
Great.
absolutely. The names
There you go.
that I
So
know
you
are.
guys can point the finger at me all you want. He's a name caller. He's a name caller, but so are these 2. It's stuff that
I
people
don't
do
do-
since
I
they've been in
don't
the
call
3rd grade.
Brandon, I call you the names that you are. I don't come up with
So that's why I call you, because that's
Fine,
what you
if
are.
that's what you think, then that's fine.
I believe that Amy's tarnished my reputation. She'll say that Brandon's spending money on gambling or alcohol. Well, then my name automatically gets tied to that.
I will spend whatever amount of money we have.
I took a pay cut for Amy feeling inadequate as a father, and then I would hear things from Amy. It's like, well, you're supposed to be the father. You're supposed to be our provider. I took those things to heart.
Well, Amy's trying to decide whether to take back her husband, Brandon, after he was caught having an affair with their teenage nanny. Now, Brandon says that he admits to one affair. Now, I'm curious if that means that's the only one he's admitted, but there are others or there aren't others. I want to give him a chance to talk about that. Now, Amy's best friend, Heidi, and her mother, Cindy, say letting Brandon back in her life is a bad idea. But Brandon says, not true. I get it. Now I get it, and I have worked hard to make some changes. Take a look.
In the past, I've been very immature and selfish and always put myself first, but I know now that that's not the way that I live my life.
I think the only thing that will change Brandon is God himself gives him a soul.
I'm giving him an opportunity to show me that he really is different this time.
The entire time that I was living there was an emotional roller coaster. For my own sanity, I had to leave. Amy would throw him out at least once a week.
I don't believe that Brandon can change. I can't trust him.
My greatest fear is that this is a trick, that Brandon has gotten extremely good at making it so that I believe what he says.
Amy's relationship with Brandon has always been tumultuous. It's always kind of a cat fight situation.
I feel really sad for any of the pain that I caused anybody in the past because I actually feel that pain now. And before, I really didn't care what anybody else felt or thought or anything.
I don't know where Brandon's head is for sure. All I can tell you is my perceptions. He really wants to make me happy.
Do you feel like you are getting painted inaccurately by these 2?
Yes, I do.
You think she's out to get you?
I think some of her statements are true because I did have the affair with the nanny.
Did you ever come on to her?
Look me in the face
Yeah,
and tell me that you never have.
One time we were at a party when it was probably about 8 or 9 years ago. I was at a party with a bunch of buddies and we were all drinking one night and I made a stupid comment. And yeah, and that's the only time.
What was the stupid comment?
It's
How do you know it was
So
stupid?
foul, you don't even want to hear
No,
it.
it
And there was another
was
time
horrible.
recently after Seth was born.
let's hear about this one because I'd like to hear about that.
Amy was upstairs in the bedroom. She had gone to bed, and I was going to go out that night, and you were wanting me to take some kind of. And I ended up staying at home because Seth didn't have anyone to take care of him, and you said, "Hey, real quick, while Amy's upstairs, I can make you feel real good."
That's not true.
Brandon, you said that to me. I wouldn't make
That's
that
not
up.
true. Heidi, I think that you're hideous looking. I won't lay a
What?
finger on you. I've never been attracted to you.
That's
You can
fine.
ask my wife.
If you weren't
I don't even think that
attracted to
you're
me, I don't
pretty
care if you're
or
attracted
cute
to me
or
at all.
anything. Why would I want to make it?
Well, then why would you make a
physical
pass at me at a party?
And in the past,
Because
why
I
would
was
you say
drunk off my
anything?
tail. And that was
That's
8
an
years ago when I was in my
excuse?
early 20s.
Okay, well,
And so
I
now you
don't.
can see how they gang up on you. Right there.
It has nothing to do
see,
about
Dr.
ganging
Phil?
up.
That's what I'm
That is
talking
what
about.
you said to me.
I didn't say that. I would remember that. If I can
You
remember,
admitted
if I
it
can
to me.
remember something
You
from 8
admitted
years
it to
ago,
me.
if I can remember, well, you guys also collaborated the story that you said that I was going to bury you in a box, but
Wait a minute, you said that.
Didn't you
said that to me in your car, driving me to the airport
You
because
said
you
what?
and
I'm
Amy
sorry, we
were
missed this.
upset
Gonna
at
bring
each
in a
other.
box of what?
He told me years ago that we were watching the news and some guy got caught for. Oh well, if I wanted, I would never get caught. I would put you in cement and no one would ever hear or see of you again, and I would
Fast
get away
forward.
with it.
5 years later, however many years later, fast forward, and I had no idea that he said that to her. He said that to me. He drove me to the
To my
airport
best friend.
and
He was gonna
said,
tell me.
if Amy doesn't shape up, I'm going to put her in a cement block and no one will ever find her. And I'm like, why would you say that
Did you
to
say
me?
that?
No.
This is
Did
the
you say
same
it to her?
conversation about a jukebox.
I don't even know. I don't even know what.
He told me
I
he
mean,
probably said it to me.
I
But
probably
that he
said
was
it to her as
kidding.
a joke, you know. But
But
I did.
that is not a joke.
I already know that she
It's
hates me.
not
Why
a
would I go
joke.
tell
I
her
don't
something
hate
like
you.
that?
I'm not here to make things up. I'm not making things up about you.
You don't-
I would
don't
much
hate me?
rather be.
You just told me
No.
that I'm the devil. How do
You're
you
the
not hate
devil
me?
incarnate. I don't hate you. I
Jeez.
just feel like you don't have a soul.
Well,
Based
neither-
on the
neither-
things that
Other
you
than
say.
that, he's fine, right? Okay.
All I know is before I met Heidi, I didn't have any kind of issues with people liking me or any, at all.
Okay. Y'all started having trouble in 99. You said in 99 you started getting calls from other women who were talking to you about him.
Yes.
And so you had hints of his extra relationship activities in 99.
Yes.
And in all the time that y'all have been together, you're saying the only time that you've had an indiscretion was with this one nanny that went into court and said what she said. That's it. Other than that,
Well,
you've
and
been-
like I admitted like I flirted around a little bit and stuff like that, but I never had any kind of relations.
Amy's best friend Heidi and Amy's parents say there's no way that she should take him back. Now, I know many of you viewers right now wish you could jump through the television screen and give us your point of view. Well, now you can with the help of drphil.com message boards. We actually invited a few people to share their thoughts with us about this so I can answer questions that you may have. So here's what some of them are saying. He should have said, I am married. I think the point here is that when the nanny came on to you, all you had to do was say, hey, boundary, fence, I'm married, back off.
Yes.
Okay? I think that's the point. Kate 45 says he's full of it. He can't get his story straight. Do you think there are inconsistencies in what you're saying?
No.
Okay, you don't think so.
I know what happened. I admit that I had the affair.
That's fine, girl. That is what I
Spitfire
said.
says,
Yes.
grow a spine. Listen, people obviously are frustrated about this. Is there anything you haven't said that you want to say? These two have made allegations against you. I haven't made a single one yet.
What?
I have some hard questions for you and some advice for you. But is there anything you haven't said that you want to say?
Just that I want things to work out between me and my wife, and us to. I mean, I know that we're going to have our ups and downs, but for us to hopefully be able to remain together and trust each other and have a good family life for good from now on, and take care of our kids together. I live the American dream. That's all I've ever wanted, and in the past I was just really selfish and immature, and I didn't know how to accomplish that. And I've done a lot of soul searching from the way that I was raised in my past, and I'm going to continue to get the help, and that's all I want is just some help.
Do you want to know what I think?
Oh, I wouldn't be here if I didn't. Yeah.
Well, but you might have wanted to know when you got here, but now you've changed your mind. I don't know, because I haven't really weighed in on this yet. And I'm not interested in telling you what you want to hear in the moment. I'm not interested in telling you what you want to hear in the moment. I'm interested in what, if anything, can cause this family to survive long term. What can cause these children to grow up in peace and harmony long term. What can get, look, this is no dress rehearsal. This is life, okay? This is it. This is life. No dress rehearsal. When this one's over, it's over on this earth. So this is your one shot. And take it from me, we don't get younger. Supposedly we get smarter, but we don't get younger.
Supposedly.
Look, when I come in to do a show like this, we have a clock, we have a plan, we have a calendar we have to stay within. But this is not about television. It's about you and your marriage and your family and your life. And so I just don't like to hurry things. I have a lot to say to both of you about what I think you should or shouldn't do in this. I don't expect you to substitute my judgment for your own, but I am going to tell you straight up what I think, and I'm going to tell you why. And we are just absolutely out of time. We can't do that. So we're going to talk about this some more tomorrow.
First of all, I don't care if the 18-year-old nanny did come on to him. I don't care if she came on to him every single day that she worked in that house. She is a teenager. He is a grown man. He is her employer. He is in a position of power over her. So the onus is on him to behave appropriately. And he probably her too. So this poor nanny was so traumatized, so distraught by this experience, she actually testified against him in court. I definitely think that the wife is caught in a cycle of violence with this man, and that's exactly what her best friend said. She said this is a cycle. They repeat this cycle over and over all the time, and she's just at this point in the cycle, the part of the cycle where she's considering taking him back, and the friend is tired of it because, like she said, it's an emotional roller coaster for her too. I've had like one similar experience with something like that. I had a new friend who was talking to me about how she was being abused by her boyfriend. He multiple times he put his hand on her throat. We all know how dangerous that is. I was on the phone with her and she asked me to stay on the phone with her because she was going to kick him out of the house, and she just wanted me to be on the phone with her for moral support and to just help make sure that nothing happened to her. So of course I enthusiastically agreed, like, yes, I'll be on the phone with you to make sure. She's on the phone with him. They start fighting. I'm on the phone listening. Then she mentions my name. Then she puts me on speakerphone. And I'm talking to her, not even knowing I'm on speakerphone. So of course I'm saying negative things about him. And then I hear him respond directly to me. And he knows my name. I don't know what else information she's told him about me. Does he know where I live? Does he know where I work? I don't know. But he starts making comments directly at me. Meanwhile, I'm terrified. I don't know this life. I'm just here for moral support. And he's making these comments towards me. I'm panicking, but I'm still holding firm, saying like, no, you will not treat her this way. When he leaves the room, she tells me actually she's not kicking him out. And then she starts kind of laughing and joking about the whole thing. And I could tell in her voice that she kind of enjoyed it. And now I'm thinking, am I in any sort of danger? This is traumatic for me. I'm now feeling traumatized and anxious. My energy has been disturbed. And she's just caught in a cycle, and I guess she's at the part of the cycle where she's getting her rocks off. And at that moment I knew, okay, I'm no longer going to be inserting myself into her relationship. That's a first and a last time for me. But that was just one experience. I couldn't imagine going through this over and over and over with a friend, watching her take the man back, but that is very common in cycles. I think this woman needs to leave him for her safety and the safety of her children. This man is joking about her. It's not a joke. It might actually happen. He even went as far as telling her friend the same thing. He's a pathological liar. He can't get his story straight. He claims he's in therapy, but he's clearly not. He's the perpetual victim. He's talking to Dr. Phil like, hey, Dr. Phil, look at what these crazy women are doing to me. Ha ha ha. Like, no, anytime the friend brings up something factual about him, he tries to turn it on her and say, well, what did you do? What about your relationship? He will never take accountability. He won't take responsibility. And quite frankly, I think this man is frightening and a danger to his family. But what do you guys think about this? Do you agree with me? Do you think she needs to get out of there? Get out of there, throw the whole man away. Do you think that this man is genuinely dangerous? It seems like he has problems with rage and anger. He calls her names. He disrespects and dehumanizes her. He hits on the friend and tries to hook up with her. And he's probably women as well. So you guys let me know what you think about him. Personally, I think this man probably belongs in prison. That's likely where he's going to end up. But you let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments.